Okay, you guys, so Sarunas Jackson is being blasted by his ex-girlfriend for being a narcissist and an abuser. So if you don't remember him, he played Dro on the show Insecure, and he's also the brother of Darius Jackson, who is also Keke Palmer's baby daddy. Now, I know y'all remember when it went down last year between Keke Palmer and Darius because he put pause on Keke Palmer. Well, now Sarunas is being outed by the girlfriend for basically being the same way. Now, she took to her TikTok and she told her story, and she basically said this man is an alleged manipulator. He had a baby on her, abusive, y'all. Listen to her story, and I want you guys to hold on because it gets deeper. Take a listen.
Put a finger down if you dated a F-list celebrity since 2021. You know, you guys had your back and forths on and off, but at the end of the day, you guys always came back to each other and talked about building a life and having kids, and you showed him unconditional love 24/7. You took care of his daughter like she was your own. Meanwhile, all of this stuff is going on. His brother had a baby and was dating a very, very, very famous child star actress, now adult. And they were going through their legal drama publicly. And her mother came out accusing your boyfriend of being an abuser, a narcissist, evil, every horrible thing you can think of. And all the while he's in your apartment hiding from people serving him, like law papers serving him. He's crying in your apartment about how everyone's trying to say that his character is like they've got him all wrong and none of these things are true. And because you're so in love with this guy, you believe every single thing that he says. He's been manipulating you this whole entire time. Flash forward to end of 2024, December 2024. You finally get tired of all of the back and forth, the up and down, the highs and the lows with this guy. So you write him an email that basically says, I cannot do this any longer. Please leave me alone. You know, I don't want the family that we discussed. You know, I know that it's going to happen eventually. It's going to happen separately. Go on with your life. You know, this is just too much for me. He calls you. Why did you send that email? You go, it's pretty self-explanatory. So he basically tells you, let's work on us. Like, let's try again. Like, I see a future with you. All of these things convince you all over again. And because you love this man deeply, you agree. So now you're hanging out, and now it's top of 2025. It's January. And you're thinking, okay, we're working together. Like, this is the love of my life. No relationship is easy. Whatever. He wants to be here. I want to be here. Cool. We start watching a show one day. And we're watching this TV show, like a medical TV show. And there's a child that comes in to get an abortion. And I look at him, and he looks a little funny. So I'm like, are you okay? Like, is the show too queasy? He pauses the TV and tells you, I have to tell you something. Immediately, you start to shake and you feel sick to your stomach because the only thing this man could possibly tell you after all of his cheating and lying and scamming and everything else he's done is that he has a new baby coming. Ding, 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 ding. That's exactly what he told me, except for he said back in 2021, he gave his sperm to a sperm bank to this woman. She froze his sperm since 2021 and then randomly decided to unfreeze it without his knowledge and insert it in herself. And now she was waiting to see if she was pregnant. Mind you, I've been with this man since 2021 and he's never mentioned such thing because it is a lie. This man is such a liar that he couldn't even fess up and say, hey, when we were broken up for 3 days, I went and I had schmegs with someone else. So he concocted this crazy, bizarre lie that he donated his sperm. I asked to see a contract. I asked to see the woman. He would not show me any of these things except saying, I don't owe you an explanation. I'm not going to defend myself. You need to believe what I'm saying. I'm distraught. I'm crying. And then it becomes physical. After this man blows up and tells me that I'm nothing, that I will never be anything, looks around my apartment. Mind you, this man hasn't worked in months because Hollywood doesn't want to deal with him. His name has been smeared, and so has his brother. After he's taken money from you, he continues to tell you that you're going to be nothing. I've been supporting the man. And all of these things, then he resorts to hitting you. And this was not the first time. This was the second. Didn't tell any of my family or friends about this stuff because I thought I could handle it. So, yes, after I've been cheated on, lied to, publicly embarrassed, everyone and their mother knows that this man is awful. But yet, somehow, he gets invited to all of these Hollywood parties and people rave about him because he's a narcissist and he's wearing a mask. He's wearing a mask and, you know, I saw him that day for who he truly was, and he didn't like it, and he didn't like the things that I had to say, so he resorted into hitting me. Yeah, so put a finger down if you went through that. Yeah, this guy's gonna get his, but not by my hands. I think it's gonna be the Lord's.
So I forgot to mention that her name is Brittney Bell. Now, this is not Nick Cannon's baby mama, Brittney Bell. This is a different Brittney Bell. So what makes this even deeper is the woman who she was referring to in that story came out and blasted this man too. Now, remember, he tried to claim that she used his sperm without permission, which we can all see through that lie. That was a horrible lie. But she took to her Instagram and she blasted him also. She said she didn't even know he had a girlfriend, number one. And then she blasted the messages that his girlfriend Britney sent her asking if she was actually pregnant and did she use his sperm. So she posted on her Instagram, "May the truth set you free. I've known Sarunas for years. We hung out a few times, but it was strictly physical, no emotional connection. We spent Christmas Day together with our friends, and 2 weeks later, I found out I was pregnant. For this man to lie on me like this is insane, especially when I didn't even initiate the sex in the first place. Not only am I disgusted, but I am at peace knowing that my child was saved from having to have him as a father. He begged me to get an A and got mad when I told him I couldn't put myself through that mentally. Said he didn't consent to having the baby and that he never has a say in fatherhood. Didn't hear from him for 3 weeks. When I finally heard from him again, it was to cover his ass and tell me to ignore the DM from his girlfriend that I knew nothing about, and how he was trying to cook up a story on what to tell his family, and that he was still working on accepting that he has a child on the way. You can see the timestamps from when she DM'd me and from when he texted me. In no way was I trying to make this a difficult situation for him. I wasn't thrilled being a parent with his child, but I took accountability for my adult actions and was going to make the best of it. It didn't have to be as deep as he was making it out to be, but here we are. The receipts don't end here, Sarunas, so keep playing with me if you want to." Then she dropped the receipts, so she dropped receipts of the girlfriend DMing her like I said earlier. So the girlfriend said, "Did you go to a surrogate and freeze my boyfriend Sarunas' sperm, or did he F you?" The girl said, "I didn't feel inclined to respond based off of how you decided to reach out, but I'm not in the business of protecting males that lie on me. Do I look like I need to have sperm artificially inserted in me? A surrogate carries a baby for someone else. Since you seem misinformed about surrogacy, think twice before you come at another woman with some BS ass lie like that. Have a nice day." And the girlfriend responded, "Wasn't my lie. That's what he told me. I wrote that message in a heightened emotional state. Not hard to imagine. I didn't mean surrogacy. He told me you've had his sperm frozen since 2021 and recently decided to unfreeze it without his knowledge and were waiting to see if you were pregnant. He was my boyfriend since 2021, so this news was jarring for me. I eventually got him to show me your text thread and clearly saw that you in fact were not pregnant via his insane story. Sarunas is a habitual liar and a physical abuser. I thank God this has all happened and I get to walk away from him, no strings attached. Blessings on your new journey. And the girl said, he called me and told me to ignore you if you message me, but I didn't even see the message till days later. I was more so shocked that you believed his story and didn't want any parts in the back and forth with you. We've only had sex twice in the last year, one in March and then in December, which is when I got pregnant. I would never freeze his sperm, so for him to make me out to be desperate is crazy. I didn't even want to have sex with him. I was asleep and he kept trying. I'm not sure what text thread you saw, but you can see in my responses that I wasn't giving him the energy that I was interested in pursuing anything further. From what I knew of him, he wasn't with anyone. So hearing that you guys have been together since 2021 is very new to me. I'm not into tearing women down, so I'm so sorry you had to find out the way you did. So even through all that, this man still tried to put on a front for this woman, basically downplaying how he told his girlfriend and everything. Take a listen.
I was, obviously, like I said, since I'm, I don't really got no saying there. I guess I was just trying to trying to ease the situation for me when I'm kind of breaking this news to people, family and, someone I was involved with and all that. I just kind of, I guess, wanted to get your thoughts of on if you would be opposed if we just kind of presented like it was just like two friends that had a mutual agreement that didn't have no prospects for real, and we were just like, yeah, because I just don't want to be breaking this off on some. Yeah, that girl I was reconnecting with, I did have to break it down. I did have to break it for her, and I did tell her. So, that didn't go well. So, as you can imagine, for sure. But, just the timing was all weird. The timing was all, it was just the timing. It wasn't like nobody did anything wrong. It's just the timing.
But what story did you go with?
What'd you say?
I said, what story did you go with?
Oh, shit, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, yeah, we had an agreement. I gave my sperm and everything like that. Boom, boom. That's what I told her, but it wouldn't matter anyway. That was gonna be a wrap. Now, I don't know when this alleged baby mama is due, but one thing I can say is I'm not surprised by these allegations because his baby mama, Dominique Perry, has came out and already spoke about how this man is, how he's abusive, a manipulator, how he's a narcissist. So I feel like that whole family, him and his brother, they have some real issues. But y'all let me know, what do you feel about this story? Are you buying it? Do you feel like this woman knew he had a girlfriend? How do you feel about the girlfriend, Brittney Bell, coming out and spilling all this tea? Y'all let me know what you think about everything in the comments below. But that's all I have for you, and I'll talk to you later.